Warning, the following podcast has extremely high levels of Kenny Bolin. Studies have shown that excessive exposure to Kenny Bolin may have damaging effects to your physical and mental well-being. Viewer discretion is advised. No, seriously, we mean it. There will be naughty words, lots of them, probably. Now you've been warned. This warning sponsored by the Story Time with Dutch Mantel.
Good old Dutch Mantel gets a plug on almost every show. And occasionally I get some over at his place as well. Welcome to the Bowling Alley with Kenny the Star Maker Bolin on a very rare Sunday night. We don't do too many of these. Timmy Lee just popping in. How you doing, Timmy Lee? Timmy Lee, we're here to help some people tonight. Maybe you'll help motivate some people. Do that for me. We had forfeit Saturday night and had a lot of stuff going on, and it was going to be an extremely late start. And I basically said, screw it. We do have one other either logo or verbal thing we're going to have to do. Like we have our theme song that I just love, and we play it. Scooby loves the theme song too, right, Scooby? Scooby, come here. You love the theme song. There you go. Scooby loved the theme song. He hear it in the bedroom. He comes running in here because he thinks it's time for the show. He thinks it's time to do a show. There's the cow dog. Hi, cow dog. Doggies, because we do let you know that the doggies probably will be a part of the show. Hi, cow dog. He's my boy. And they're good old Scooby. Well, okay. Well, there we got that. We got that. And there we go. Hope it was worth your time and trouble. There you go. You remind me of I'm gonna have enough class not to go there. We'll just do that. Let's see. What do we got here? We got Jelly Bean chiming in. Hi, Mike Kenny. Shout out to Bobby Bob and Coltrane. All support the followers. Listener, thank you very much. Wearing glasses very similar to mine. We appreciate that. TC from the NC bought one of the books. We appreciate it. We got a few left. One of the autographed Anthony Scaramucci books. TC from the NC got one. We're hoping to get that shipped out hopefully by the end of the week. And trust me, they are autographed. Every single one of them. And we've had quite a few of you get you a book. John Paul got his. Bob got his. Let's see. Remember King. Yeah, I do remember that. Well, maybe I can get you to go high and get a membership. Maybe I can get you to go high and make a donation. Because that's why we're here tonight. Because I won't be here long if we don't have some support for our families. I'm getting ready to name what they're here for. I don't know. I'm not Bob's keeper. Bob rarely does the weekend shows. Very rarely. Coltrane has been at her family reunion for a little bit. I think they will both be back on Tuesday, if I had to guess. And I have proven myself fully capable to do these shows by myself when I have to. I like having some help. And I'm going to ask you all something tonight, because we got about 40 of you in here so far on a Sunday night. Do you all prefer this framing? Like when we're in here, we're all widescreen. I've noticed a lot of the other podcasts do that close up, 3 boxes real tight. And we've done it. I just don't like it. I just think it's way too damn close. I don't know. But then again, maybe some of y'all think I got way too much background. I did, but it's too hot to sit on the porch and read it. I have an option for you, John Paul. And this is why some people say, but that's why Anthony Scaramucci says, Kenny, I like you because you're a smart guy. I have a porch, and I haven't been on it much lately. Like the past 5 or 6 days, it's been a little hot. And there's a big old porch off to the right of me that I have the option to sit on. And I haven't sat on that one either. So my suggestion would be to sit indoors in the air conditioning and read the book. Or because I love poach time as much as anybody. Poach time is what I call it. Who wants to come over and sit down on the poach with me? I've invited some of my old high school friends to come over and do that. Seems like I got an inbox, but that's the Jelly Bean. Probably wouldn't know if we're doing a show. I like that setting on your camera. Yeah, I mean, it kind of shows. I don't know. I mean, not everybody does this. I don't really like that real close-up thing. I like everybody kind of be back a little bit, and I want to hear you good. I'm all for the good cameras and the good microphones and everything. Pardon the curtains the way they're looking tonight, but that's to block heat from when the sun is shining on them. not much sunshine comes in that other window. And that's also the escape hatch for the cat. Chairman Meow Meow likes to go in and out of that window. So yeah, I didn't let her out for 3 or 4 days. It was too damn hot. It was 40 something. I wish the fuck it was 40 something. 90 something degrees, 96, 97, 98. We had a humidity here yesterday of 103. High today was only 89. It was very, very low today. So I went to Costco and got some groceries I needed. Went and saw my good friends at Popeye's Fried Chicken and Cajun Fried Chicken, I should say. And they got new management down there. Not really new management, but other management that is set up. Mark Hell is no longer with the company. He's going to be moving on, doing some other things. And so I went down and met the new managers today. So I do want to get in real quick. I want to plug Miss D, who manages the Dixie Highway store. If you're ever out on Dixie Highway out in the south end of Louisville and you want some Popeye's Fried Chicken, make sure to drop in, say hi to Miss D, tell her that Kenny Bolin in the Bolin Alley sent you. We also talked to Devasha today. Devasha manages the E-Town store down in Elizabethtown, Kentucky. And I told him we're going to start promoting some of your other stores along with the Bardstown Road store that I always go to. So shout out to Bardstown Road that hosted us today. We've been invited to come down to Dixie Highway, say hi to Miss D when we go to Dixie Highway, and also to E-Town. Now, it's about 40 miles away, so we don't get down there a lot, but we are going to be making a trip to Nashville for a corporate party that I've been invited to. And we're going to hopefully hook up with Mick Foley while we're down there. That's part of the plans. We used to try and hook up with Jerry Jarrett when we were down that way, but, you know, unfortunately, I still have his cell phone number saved. And I miss Jerry a lot. But Mick Foley lives down there now, so I'm going to try to schedule it to where we can say hey to Mick Foley. My phone's acting stupid. Oh, okay. Okay, Billy, I got you. And maybe Brian, we can motivate to get a membership, maybe make a donation for us tonight. The things we're trying to do tonight, Eunice's finally, we got all their furniture moved. It cost about $120 to get that done. We got our portion of the house paid for. We got the roof fixed. We got the electric turned on at Ruby May's house. We got some food for them. Got their house totally paid for. And but they were needing a little bit of help with some food. Chris, Miss Chris, that watches the show quite a bit, doesn't ask for help a lot, but she needed help with medication, food, and transportation to get her son to the hospital because he's been throwing up a lot. And we got his medication, but she needs some help with some other things. So Miss Chris, we could probably use some help with about $30 in her direction would be a huge help. On top of everything we did for Eunice, we paid to get their satellite TV hooked up. They haven't had access to it for about a year due to the bad things they've been dealing with. Hi, Choco. Due to the bad things they've been dealing. You see Choco little nose right there. And so we finally got them moved, got them into the new place, which don't look too bad for a house that run me about, you know, me and the show for those that helped. I think about $400. None of us around here have a house like that for $400 or a garage or a shed. You know, it would all cost a lot more, but not a bad place for the money. And we got the roof fixed, but their television, so we paid to get the satellite and everything hooked up. It's about $20 for the labor to get the satellite dish installed. It's called Signal. And for programming, it was going to be about $20. So we get all that done. TV ain't working. So the TV repairman kind of looks at something vertical, and they showed me what it was doing. And no, you couldn't watch it like that. So the TV repairman was able to fix it for $26, but he wouldn't let them take it home unless they got paid. So they notified me today. I told them that we would try and raise the money on the show tonight to get their TV fixed, to help out with the various other things that they're needing. So another $30 or $40 that direction would be a big help. About $30 to help Chris with her situation. About 20 to 30 to help Ruby May and her mother Hart with their situation. Vanessa, Bob stepped up and was a big help to her recently. We also have, I think in early January, fuck, I wish. No, I don't, because I hate the cold as bad as I hate the heat. And early July, we've got some school situations that we need to help Vanessa out with. But we got a couple of shows to go before then. Also, I'm having a Filipina actress on that I've known for probably 10 or 12 years. Sarah Grace Lee. I've been trying to get her on the show for a long time. She's normally so busy with making, and she makes a lot of B and C movies. It's not like she's starring with Tom Cruise or anything, but and she actually made some movies with a couple of cousins of mine 6 or 7 years ago. And that's how I found out about her movies. I knew her as a dancer and a bit of a singer and a model. And but she's going to be on my show with me. She lives out in Los Angeles. Sarah Grace Lee will be on with me at a special Thursday daytime show, Thursday at 2:00, and then I might do a post-debate show. A lot of people looking forward to that debate. Trump is already trying to, they're going to have him jacked up. He's going to be medicated. He's going to get a shot. He said he's going to get a shot in the ass. If anybody would get a shot in the ass not to be a bumbling fool, it would be Donald Trump. If they had such a shot that would let you be able to do that, I think a lot of us would be on that medication. There's no such fucking medication. So, and he's on coke. So Trump also says, this is getting my little political stuff in here tonight. Trump also said that they found cocaine in the White House. There were hundreds of thousands of dollars of cocaine found in the White House. Who do you think it belonged to? I think it belonged to Joe. That's what Trump said. He's recorded saying it. I've seen it on a few networks. God knows Fox was certainly playing the hell out of it. Hundreds of thousands of dollars of cocaine. I think it belonged to Joe. Well, everybody that knows anything about Donald Trump knew he had a cocaine problem for many, many years. And they say that's how he blew his colon out and why he's had to wear a diaper for about 20 or 30 years now, that he blew his diaper out being a coke addict. So if anybody knows anything about cocaine, it'd be Trump. Anybody that's ever seen any videos out of Donald Trump Jr., I don't do drugs, never have, don't know anything about them. But if anybody's doing fucking coke, it's Don. And I have to listen to people smarter than me that know about that shit. T-Maker might know. T-Maker. No, it wasn't a brick. It wasn't a brick. I don't know what an 8-ball is. But so I Googled it. I have the Google machine. I try to use it from time to time because Trump says hundreds with an S. Hundreds of thousands of dollars of cocaine were found in the White House that was left behind. Who did it belong to? Probably Joe. So yeah, Joe basically lives in the White House when he's not at his home in Delaware, or if he's not at Camp David. He basically lives in the White House. But now listen to me, please. I'd like for common sense, even for you Trump supporters. I want some common sense to enter into this if it possibly could. Hundreds of thousands of dollars of cocaine were left laying around the White House, where Joe pretty much lives. Probably has all kinds of places to lock up his cocaine supply if that's what he had. But it turns out they did not find hundreds of thousands of dollars of cocaine. It was basically, and I'm T-Maker can help me out here. They said it was basically a dime bag. It was under an ounce of cocaine. So whoever left their coke behind, and God knows there's enough coke addicts. And if you listen to some of the Republicans that have been ousted lately, they got ousted because of sex and drug parties. I'm blanking out on the guy's name that did it. He got ran out not long ago because he ratted out the Republicans that were doing it, even though he was in on it. He ratted himself out. Somebody might know. So I don't think under an ounce. I don't know. T-Maker or somebody in here knows more than me can correct me. I don't think under an ounce of cocaine costs hundreds, not $100,000, hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I don't think if Joe Biden had hundreds of thousands of dollars of cocaine, or Hunter Biden was just happened to be visiting and decided to bring a briefcase full of fucking cocaine with him, assuming a briefcase full of cocaine would cost hundreds of thousands. I don't know. Like I said, I'm looking for people that are experienced in this network. I don't even know how much pot costs. There's enough of it in my fucking building around here. I can step out on my porch and get high anytime I want, but I don't know. So I don't know the pricing. T-Makers had to teach me the code words about certain things that I didn't know anything about. We live and learn. So no, there was not hundreds of thousands of dollars of cocaine left behind. It was apparently a bag of under an ounce that somebody found. It was not a brick. I guess a brick could be a goodly sum. Even then, I don't know about hundreds of thousands of dollars, even if it was one brick of coke. I mean, I've seen enough drug shows, but I never really get into the pricing scheme. Miami Vice was a long time ago. I'm sure I think the prices have maybe gone up. I don't know. So, and the other thing that we're going to start including on the show, and I suggested this to the sponsors. One of the new sponsors says, Kenny, do we talk politics much on your show? I said, well, you obviously ain't been watching. Yeah, we do. I said, but mainly I invite people on that have an opposite opinion of mine. I said, as long as people are respectful, I don't care what they post, but you're not going to promote bad people on this show. But if you want to come on this show and have a debate with me, we're always open to do that. If you want to have a civilized discussion, no name calling unless I do it, because my show. If you want to have a civilized discussion, and it's like my ignorant ass brother. I hope he's watching tonight. He probably is. My ignorant ass brother. Man, we got to get Trump back it up. Well, what did Trump do for you? You're not a billionaire, so his tax cutting didn't do shit for you. What did Trump do for you? God damn it, man, when he was in office, gas was a lot cheaper. Okay, so you think Trump or Biden has any control over gas prices? They do not. And the reason gas was cheap when Trump was in office is because nobody was fucking using any. We were in a government shutdown. We had COVID. Nobody was fucking going anywhere. I would say, pardon my language, but we did run the warning. And by the way, we're producing more oil in this country than we've ever produced before. We have the 9th cheapest gas prices in the world, even though I doubt we pump 9 times more oil than anybody in the world. But we also have more consumption than anybody in the world. We're a country of 330 some odd million people. China has 1.3 billion people. India has 1.6 billion people. And we use more oil than either of those countries by a dramatic amount. We also probably cause more of the air. I don't know this for a fact, but it adds up that we probably cause most of the air pollution too, just due to the things we do in this country. So, but the thing that we're going to add to the show, the political statements and political views of not only myself, my co-host, and our viewing customers are not necessarily those of our sponsors. They might be, they might not be, but just to cover their ass, so to say, not necessarily the views of our sponsors. So we're welcome to express our political views, but they might not necessarily be those. Well, somebody on there hates Trump, so I'm never going to watch that show again. I can't believe you're supporting that show. Well, there's also people on here that love him. There's people on here that hate him. And who gives a shit? Don't blame the sponsors for it. They're just supporting the show. So people will see their logo. We've got some, let's see, here's pop. Per one of my patients, Trump opened the Alaska pipeline, which is why the gas was cheap. Biden came in and shut it down. No. Well, he also opened up a lot of other ways to be able to get gas and oil here. He also is now pumping more oil than anybody. I don't know about the Alaska pipeline. I don't know if Trump opened it. Probably not. I don't know that Biden shut it down. Probably not. But it is a Republican state. It did have a Republican governor over there that was about as batshit crazy as Trump was. So I don't know about all that. But all I do know for a fact, and this has been reported on every network except Fox, is that we do pump more oil now than we ever have before, which pisses Democrats off because they want us to go more electric. Another thing I want to correct people on, Trump has been rambling recently about if he was in a boat and if the boat sinks and it's got it's an electric boat with a battery, and if there's a shark, well, I'm gonna take electrocution over the shark. I don't want to get eaten by a shark. No, if you go down in a boat and it's battery operated, you are not going to get electrocuted by the battery. That has been debunked by anybody who's got any goddamn sense anywhere. You are not going to get electrocuted if someone tosses an ever-ready battery in with you when you go down, whether it's an ever-ready, a Duracell, or a boat battery made by whoever, Everlast, I don't know. No, you cannot get electrocuted when the boat goes down. So I guess you can just decide, I'll go down with the boat because I won't get electrocuted, and I also may not get eaten with a shark. If I go under the boat, I'll just drown. Like this stupid fuck would ever be on a fishing boat to go down on that type of, like, can you see Trump manning the paddles, steering the boat with the motor, stop it. But he's told the story twice. Nobody bothered to correct him that you can't be electrocuted from a boat that sinks. All right. But some of you love him. So But the political views stated on this show aren't necessarily those of our sponsors. So we want to make that clear. We're going to come up with something either in writing. So shout out to Popeyes. And once again, Popeyes. Oh, by the way, new downtown store getting ready to open up down on Broadway. And I think I heard a opening date. We're going to say early January, but I think I heard today, maybe July the 1st. And met the manager that's going to be running that store today. Mrs. D will be transferring from Dixie Highway to Broadway. And so those of fans of the show that live down on the Broadway area, Popeyes is going to be opening up there very soon. Certainly go visit our store out in Dixie Highway. Miss D's currently running that one. I forgot who they said is taking over. Devasha down in E-Town, for those of you. And we got a few fans that have told me that they have eaten at the Fish House in some of our other counties. And one of them lived in E-Town. So if you're down around E-Town, drop in, say hey to Devasha, let them know that the Bolin Alley and the Bolin boys sent you. And of course, Bear Nose has 7 locations, several over in southern Indiana. Make sure to support all their locations, including the one I love to go to over here by Bowman Field, over by the airport, and McDonald's over on Bardstown Road, right across the street from Popeyes, and Two Rivers out in Carroll County. I was supposed to have been out there the last 2 weeks, and it's just been so goddamn hot, and I like to eat out on the gazebo. So we delayed that and went to Popeyes instead today, and we'll probably be doing Bear Nose next weekend. As it sounds right now. And as soon as we get a little bit of a cool front, we'll be heading out, because I love to eat out on that gazebo out at Two Rivers. Very forestry, lots of forest, lots of cabins and everything. Beautiful place to eat. And you can eat in with the air conditioning. I just happen to love the gazebo. And they'll bring your food out to you and everything, even if it's a buffet. If you tell them what you want, they'll bring it to you. At least they did for me, but then again. How y'all like this logo? Y'all like that? See the logo up in the upper right-hand corner where Fish House normally is? Well, I figured I haven't been to Fish House in a little bit, so I figured they could sacrifice tonight for the logo. And let me see, because my co-host has suggested maybe I get a cape made out of that. So let me blow it up here. There you go. And I think the damn thing lights up. They found that on Temu or something. So I don't know about a cape. I don't oftentimes have an opportunity to wear a cape. But Eunice and Jelly Bean and a few others really like that logo. Does look good. But I thought maybe on the back of a hoodie, it's 11 inches big. I guess 11 inches is a good size. So possibly the back of a hoodie, if there's room, maybe on the front of a hoodie. I haven't made up my mind yet. But I am thinking about adding that either to a hoodie or one of my jackets, black, to be on the safe side. But I like that. That looks good. I think Coltrane found that. And they suggested a cape. And who knows? Whenever I want to jump off a building and see if I can fly or not, we might go that route. So we have the smaller version up of it in the right-hand corner of the show tonight. And let's get back to comments here. And yeah, it is. So like I said, if this might be a short show and we don't get some donations, because we're in here trying to help some people, and I did this, being as we didn't do a Saturday show, we decided we'd do a little something here on Sunday. And, oh, God, this is going to be a rough night. We have one donation. Timmy Lee donated $5, and that is it as far as donations. It is 9:31. How long have I been here? Oh, God. We're going to be here 5 more minutes if we don't do better than that. I skipped Saturday. We're doing Sunday. I pretty much stated let's help some people tonight in the description of the show. We got 55 of you in here right now, and 1 of you donated. I'm not talking to those of you that have already donated this week or have pledged a little something for next week. I'm speaking to anybody with some decency who can spare $5 or $10 to help these people out. And I will be here 5 more minutes. If we get some donations in, I'll stay longer, stay an hour. And if we don't, I got other shit to do. I got a lot of fucking Popeyes in the kitchen. We did run the warning on the link. I think we did. 60 people in here now. There we go. 60 people. Nicole, that did not include you. You know that, Nicole, because you have donated just about every show. I love the intro sound. Jelly Bean. I love that intro music, Mike Kenny. You turn that music. I love that music. Hell yeah, I love that music. I play it every show. Let you know that in 3 or 4 minutes, it's showtime. It's a bribe. Well, we need one more. God, I was trying to raise at least 60 tonight. I didn't think we'd raise everything we needed tonight. If we raise 60, I'd be moderately, decently happy. We got 20. So we need $40 more. And that next, being as she donated, I'm going to give it 10 more minutes. 11 more minutes. If we can raise $40 in 11 minutes, I will stay an hour or a little longer. But geez, oh Pete, 60 of you and 2 of you donated, and Nicole shouldn't have had to been one of them because she donates every damn show. Billy Sellers has promised a little something for the start of the month. We got Honey Rose and Umbrella. Thank you so much, dear. Oh, she said I surprised her. I did surprise her. Honey Rose is just the sweetest thing in the world. And I'm doing my show right now, Honey Rose, talking about you. Honey Rose, for about a year has needed an umbrella. It rains a lot, but I appreciate the bribe. It rains a lot, of course, in the Philippines, especially in the Manila area. And I told her, so why don't you pick out an umbrella or a raincoat? We bought raincoats and umbrellas for lots of people there. We'd never gotten one for Honey Rose. And Honey Rose says she's still sleepy. Well, yeah, it's 9:30 in the morning. Yeah. And plus, she goes to bed late. She's a night owl like I am. And but when she goes to bed at 2 in the morning, it's 2 in the afternoon here. So, but yes, Honey Rose, and she wanted to go swimming. They have a lot of fiestas there. They celebrate a lot of things in the Philippines, and they have a fiesta to where she wanted to go swimming. It's an outdoor swimming pool, not in the ocean, an outdoor swimming pool. And a lot of the college kids, as y'all know, she goes to college, wanted to go. And it was 350 pesos admission and about another 150 pesos for food. And she didn't have a bathing suit. And she sent me a picture of one. And the bathing suit was like $3. I said, well, let's get all those things. Well, let's get your admission, $7. Yeah, $7. Your food, $3, and your bathing suit, $3. So I've already sent her that money. And she said, thank you for the surprise. And because originally I told her no, that we didn't have enough money, but you know, I didn't want to fuck the kid over. And we've sent out a lot of money. As I've told many of you, I've sent out way over $300 of my own money this week, hoping that we would make enough to get reimbursed some on the show. But so far, that has not happened. And some people that normally donate quite a bit, we haven't heard from in a while. Mr. Captor says he's going to be back with us soon, but he says 9 o'clock's a little late for him. Well, 7 o'clock start shows are a little early for us. But for those of you that don't know, you can donate anytime. You don't have to donate during the live show. And if you donate anytime, if most of you figured out, we will plug you and give you credit on the show. And like we do with Good Chris. Good Chris is liable to donate at any time from anywhere, and we really appreciate that. Jazzy Jana does it all the time. Jazzy Jana's gone through a lot of shit this weekend with some family issues. And I think she's still watching the show tonight anyway. We really appreciate that. So what time is it? 32. So we got eight more minutes to try to raise $40. And if we do, I'll hang around. And if not, I'll see you Tuesday. Let's see. Oh, there's Jelly Bean sending me a picture of her and Jara. So I don't have a way to upload them tonight because I'm by myself. As I knew I would be talking about you right now. She's wanting to go back to bed because she's still sleepy. And Ruby May and her mother say thank you very much for what we've done to help them get into their home, get their electric turned on. Well, some of us did. There's about 55 of you didn't do jack shit, but for those of you that did, we really appreciate it. And yeah, Jelly Bean sent me some nice pictures. Looked like they went to the beach today. Looks very nice. And let me see if we got any more donations in. T said, well, he's done it again. Remember, Nicole did $15, so that got us to 20. TC from the Inso did 10, so that TC from the Inso got us, so that got us 30. Plus, he bought a book the other day. He bought one of the Scaramucci books, and so that gets us to 30. And oh my God. Well, I'm here for a while. Good Chris picked up a bat out of the bat rack, came in, pushed the starter out of the way. So get out of the way, let me hit. And he has donated $40. So that gets us to 70. So I think that gets us 70, 20, 30, 70. Yeah. So let's, for the rest of, from now till 10:05, let's try to raise another measly $30. That'll get us to 100 even. That's almost enough to feed 2 families. I'll make up the difference, which I've been doing for the last 3 weeks. And let's see if we can make another $30 over the next 30 minutes. Right about 30 minutes. Yeah, we've been here. I'll hang around till at least 10:05. Thank you, good Chris. That's very sweet of you. Yeah, he just grabbed a bat rack, knocked Ellie Dela Cruz out of the way. So I'll take a swing. But I'm 3 for 4. Well, yeah, I'm going to get a hit though. So Nicole with 15. Timmy Lee did 5, so 15-20. 10 from TC, so that's 30. And then 40 from Good Chris, so that is 70. So if we could raise another $30 in the next 30 minutes, that would be fantastic and well worth my time and effort to come here on a Sunday and to do a special bonus show. And like I said, man, I'm not asking for anybody to break the bank. I'm not asking for any of y'all to do without anything or, just to help these people out a little bit. If you're entertained by the show, no one else is doing a live show interactive with you on a Sunday night that I know of. I don't think there's one. Oh, somebody told me Vince Russo. Well, somebody told me Vince Russo said it. Vince Russo, apparently his father had a heart attack recently. And someone else he knew had a wife that died in her sleep at the age of 32 that was 3 months pregnant. So Vince is really going through some shit right now. His father had a heart attack. I haven't heard how bad. He did not say he passed away. And as y'all know, Vince has been getting trolled quite a bit over this apparently a 3-part story or maybe a 4-part story of who killed WCW, which apparently Vince is on quite a bit. So I was giving Vince a little shit because he's now putting it out there. I am now doing paid appearances to do podcasts about who killed WCW. If you pay me, I'll come on your podcast. So I tagged into his comment, well, I will come on your podcast and tell you who killed WCW for $1 less than what Vince Russo will tell you. Having some fun. I don't know if he saw the fun in it or not. He didn't comment. So then he states that he was better than 80% of the talent at WCW, and he got a lot of heat for that. And I said, well, Vince, maybe you should have been a little more humble and said you were better than 72% of the talent, and maybe you wouldn't have got so much heat. And I still didn't hear anything from him. Trying to lighten the mood, trying to have some fun, as I've always done with all my friends. And then I noticed that 3 of my friends I have extreme political differences with, and they were trying to give me some shit. We got Disco Inferno, who doesn't think there's a climate crisis at all, because it was 81 degrees in Las Vegas the other day. I pointed out, yeah, and I'm just going to speak in Kenny Bolin terms. Yeah, dumbass. It might be 81 in Las Vegas. That's also a part of climate change. It's normally hotter than hell in Las Vegas. Now it's dramatically cooler. 15, 20 degrees cooler than what you normally have this time of year in Las Vegas. That is also climate change. But we're happy that you're cool. We're happy it's a nice day in Las Vegas because I showed him about 3 different weather maps on 3 different networks that showed that 82% of the country was having record high temperatures. Over 100 cities had record high temperatures. All-time record high. Not for that date. Record high temperatures. Guess what? It wasn't even summer yet. He talks about, well, Kenny, it's summertime now. No, at that time, we were 3-4 days away from summer. The first day of summer. Normally, the first day of summer is not that hot. Normally, the first day of winter is not that cold. Then again, the first day of winter is December 21st. But the real cold shit normally gets here mid-January, mid-February. That's the real cold shit. Late December, I've had 70-degree Christmases here in Louisville. So it's not normally horribly cold. Not record temperature cold. So he thought because he was having a nice day in Las Vegas, there's no such thing. It's not any hotter now than it's ever been. Well, bullshit, because scientists and NASA, heavily Republican-based, I might add, Scientists and NASA have stated that the 10 hottest temperatures summers ever recorded, not summer, I take that back, the 10 hottest years ever recorded have been the last 10 years in a row. But no, there's nothing to worry about. Well, you know what? I don't trust the mailman to fix my car. I don't trust the guy that fixes my car to do my grocery shopping for me. I don't trust the guy that does my grocery shopping for me to give me medical advice. And I don't trust any of these dumbasses to give me science and medical advice when you don't have any science or medical experience. I can tell you what I've heard. I can tell you what I've read. But just because I'm a dumbass, as I'm trying to tone down the F word, it ain't going to last long. You know what's going to happen. But I try to get my news sources from everywhere. And I try to listen to doctors and scientists when I want medical advice or scientific advice. Disco Inferno has none of those things. He went to Georgia Tech on a basket weaving scholarship. And I hear he struggled at that. I don't know if he majored in basket weaving or not, but whatever it was, he did not come out of there a doctor and he did not come out of there a scientist, but he's always posting, and an anti-vaxxer on top of that. But he's always posting what the vaccinations does or does not do, what weather does or does not do. And it's ridiculous, so I had to call him out on it. Kenny, you don't get it. No, Disco, you're right. I don't get it. Why are you running your mouth about shit you don't know anything about? Why don't you defer to those that do? So NASA, doctors, and not doctors in this case, NASA and scientists say, yeah, climate change is a goddamn thing. The polar ice caps are melting, which is making the water flow of the ocean go up. It has caused the hurricanes and typhoons and everything that we deal with in the Florida and in Texas and in Louisiana and in the Philippines, when they do hit, are more dramatic than ever. And so I'm going to defer to listen to the scientists and the doctors for my medical advice and my science advice, not Disco Inferno. And and the other one that's real bad at giving advice about shit he doesn't know anything about is an actor that I truly love. As you all know, I recently met Nick Searcy, one of the top characters on Justified. Adore the man. Politically, he might be worse than Trump. So I had to post, hey, I love all three of these guys. And it was Disco Inferno, Vince Russo, and Nick Searcy. And I posted on Twitter, and some of you saw it, including Bob and a few others. To make it clear, I love these three guys. Politically, we do not line up. Politically and scientifically, I strongly disagree with all three of these people. But I do want to make it clear, they are my friends. They're welcome on my podcast anytime. And if you happen to be in Louisville, you're welcome in my home anytime. I will not let our political differences come between our friendship. I won't do it. Now, if y'all want to do it, that's another thing. Because I said, they may not feel that way. But to make it clear, this is how I feel. And a few people chimed in and said, man, that's mighty big of you. I knew it was. Because you don't get that from too many people these days. Everybody's and Nick Searcy was complaining to me that Jim Cornette blocked him. When I met him down in Evansville, Nick Searcy played Art Mullen on Justified, for those of you that have seen it. And we got along great. Had a lengthy talk, but apparently he didn't know that I was liberal. I don't know what Matt Hardy is. Me and Matt Hardy agree on our differences with Jim Cornette. Politically, we might totally disagree, but I like Matt Hardy. Politically, we may not line up. I don't know, because I never asked him. And I've never really seen him post about it. But Nick Searcy posts about it a lot. And he's got a website that talks about 9/11. He's got a website that talks about the insurrection, I believe. And we don't line up. But I love him as an actor. And we got along so good in Evansville. And I would hate to see anything come. So I wanted to be the big guy. I wanted to be have the man with the big heart. And to say, hey, all three of you, my friends. I never heard back from one of them. I didn't hear back from Nick Searcy. Hey, I agree, man. You know, it's all bullshit. Didn't hear from Vince Russo. And I didn't hear from Disco Inferno. So even though I did get Anthony Scaramucci to appear on Conan's show, I have warned Conan, you might want to keep Disco Inferno in check. But Anthony Scaramucci's a Republican. He's just not a fucking right-wing nut job. And he's also going to vote for Joe Biden if his choices are Joe Biden and Donald Trump. So, once again, the political views of this host are not necessarily those of our sponsors. Political views of our viewing audience are not necessarily those of our sponsors. Just to make sure we get that out there. So, how much time we got? 43 minutes in. It don't look like one other donate. Nope, not a one. So I was hoping to raise another $30. Nearly 70 of you watching the show. And I think, 3 or 4 of you donated? You don't want to help these people. Get something to eat. Have some rice. Get some medication. I've already paid for the other shit. Fixing a television, getting them satellite so that 5 kids can watch TV. That ain't food. No shit. That's why I paid for it. All right. Well, I'm committed. Thanks to good Chris, I'm committed to be here for 15 more minutes, and I'll do that. And but I was hoping, because we haven't had 1 penny since good Chris. The rest of you said, fuck it, we'll just ride on his money. I don't get some of you. I really don't. But I agreed for occasionally to leave Facebook and Twitter for some fucking reason open. Matter of fact, I'm going to kill Twitter. That's going to kill half the audience right there. That's where all the freeloaders go. So I'm killing Twitter. I think we've had 1 donation on Twitter in its fucking history. No, I don't. I want to remove it. That's what I want to do. So we're going to kill them right now. Goodbye, Twitter. If you want to watch the show, you know how to find us. Freeloading sons of bitches. I say good day. All right. So that does it for the Twitter. It does it for the Twitter. There we go. And how many did that take away? That took away half. That's about what I thought it was going to do. So that's where all the freeloaders go. Exactly half of them are over on Twitter. So they wouldn't have to say anything, wouldn't have to donate anything, just be little bitches. So there they go. And so now we're down to about 32 of you. Where we were, it was over half, as a matter of fact. No one ever donates on Facebook either. I don't. The only reason I keep Facebook open is so the Filipinos can have an easier way to watch the show. So, how much time we got? 14 minutes. So, this is a live interactive show. So this is, we're going to see if y'all are worthy of it. Because I'm going to shut up until somebody asks me a question. Otherwise, I'm just going to sit here and look at my fucking phone. Here we go. We'll look at Dr. Bill Irwin. Cream of the crop on YouTube. You don't act like it. Oh, Dr. Bill did make a $2 donation the other day. He does have a membership. It's more we can say for the 30 freeloaders over on Twitter. I'm hoarding my coconut cream. Dr. Pepper, and I'm hoarding a few of the strawberries. Because I can get Sunkissed at Walmart anytime I want it for about $5 a 12-pack. So I'm doing that. Billy did ask a question. Billy asked a question. Billy, you might have to ask it again. I don't see it. Dr. Bill, I'll give you one free one. Hulk is well known for being honest. You don't know? You don't know why some people do not like him? Everybody knows I'm an atheist. Pretty well documented. I do not mind Christians as long as you believe your shit. I don't mind Muslims as long as they believe and honor their shit. My son says that the Muslims that he's ran into in Istanbul, Turkey, and around the country, Malik, the owner of the fish house, some of the sweetest people you'll ever meet. Very generous people, very kind people that try to help people in need. Want to make sure you have, even if they have to do without. None of those are over on Twitter, and there's very few of them on Facebook. Hulk Hogan was recorded saying the N-word a few times, but those that love Hulk Hogan ain't going to care about that. Vince McMahon said it on a television show. when he said it to John Cena in front of Booker T, and Booker T didn't beat his ass. Apparently was in on it. It was a pre-sketched bit that was pre-done. And I'm disappointed in John Cena for going along with it. I don't think he should have. I made that point clear many, many years ago. I was very disappointed in Booker T for going along with it, because it ain't like Vince didn't tell them this shit was coming, because they knew what to do. They knew, they had their lines ready. And Cena was just like disbelief. So I guess I'm less disappointed in Cena, but he did go along with the bit. I've never heard that word come out of his mouth. And then Booker T hears Vince say that, and him and Sharmell put up with it. Didn't do anything. Participated in the bit. I've got friends of mine in the wrestling business that think that's fine. Well, they say it. Why can't we? Well, because they say so. They say so. And I come from a family full of people that used to say that word. Well, some of them still do. And then as you get older and you get your own thoughts and feelings and stand up to people like that. And I was high, but no, Hogan was recorded saying it. Hogan has been a shitbag to work with sometimes in the wrestling business. I have to admit, I enjoy his YouTube shorts of him telling stories on other people, but I call that a fake ass Christian. When you fuck people over, and when you do the hearts and prayers and, you know, the cross and your Bible thumping and all that shit, and then you fuck other people over, and especially people in need. But then again, Hulk Hogan recently pulled a man out of a car wreck who was wearing an endo. He took the time to fucking pull over. He didn't have to. And a lot of times you have to worry about getting sued when you try to help somebody in a car wreck. But Hulk Hogan, wearing an NWO shirt and his bandana, pulled over and pulled somebody out of a car wreck. I don't remember if the guy was white or black or not. Hopefully it didn't matter. Hopefully he wouldn't have left him behind if it was a black man. But he did do that. But then again, in his adult life, not all that many years ago, he was recorded saying the N-word on multiple occasions. And that's what got him fired from the WWE to begin with. Well, isn't that mighty ironic coming from Vince McMahon? Because Vince McMahon's the one that fired him. Jim Cornette is apparently not welcome in a lot of companies. I don't know about all companies, but apparently a lot of them, because of his racist remarks he's actually made on television. And he was recorded very comfortably saying the N-word. I think it was a count of 16 times. I don't care if it was 5 or 70. Doesn't matter. He was real comfortable saying it. It wasn't like it slipped. Oh, I didn't mean to say the N-word. I'm sorry. You know, if you want to use that as an excuse, I didn't mean to say that. I'm sorry. No, it was very comfortably said multiple times. I think I've heard 16. I did not listen to the whole thing. He established a pattern of where he was going with it. And he also said it when we were 17 years old, when he chased one of my dear friends down the street, Adrian Reynolds. That's what he called him. In LaGrange, around a shitload of fucking white people. I guess Ray thought he was safe. He would not have gone down to West Broadway with me at 22nd, where Fish House is, and yelled that at anybody down there, because he had got his fucking ass beat, probably killed. But in LaGrange, around a lot of fucking white people and a lot of racists, he felt very comfortable. So, and if he wants to call me a liar, he's welcome to do so, but he knows better. He knows better. And poor Adrian Reynolds, who's no longer with us now, knows better too. And his mother knows, because his mother wasn't very happy with Jimmy when that happened, because Adrian told her what he said. But of course, that was nobody Jim Cornette. He was a teenage kid. His mother wasn't like that. Mother had lots of black friends. Oh, well, black friends doesn't make you not a racist. Yeah, but that was as close as he had to go by. Now, whether any of those black friends were in his home or not, I don't know. I don't think so. My black friends were always welcome in my home, whether my mother liked it or not. And early on, my mother didn't like that. Oh my God, I can't believe you've had him in the house. Why not? Well, he's black. Yeah, I know. Yeah. And I was 14 when I did that. I did it again at 15, did it again at 16. 16, I was dating a black girl. Well, that really went over. Didn't give a shit. So, there you go. that probably didn't get any donations either. I wasted that one. Because it's supposed to be to have y'all ask questions. So yeah, that is why Hulk Hogan is hated by a lot of people, because a lot of people think he's a fake Christian and a racist. That would be why. Says I got new comments. See, I pity the fool who doesn't like Mr. T. Tell you what, that'd be somebody else who wouldn't be wise to say that to. That'd be somebody else. So I begged all of you, the 70 of you that were watching, and now 35 of you, to see if we could raise $30 more. That's 6 of you doing 5, 3 of you doing 10, because I've done way over 350 in the past 3 weeks myself. Thinking we would make it back on the show. Showed my fucking ass. Showed my ass. So let me see. We've almost reached how much time? We got 6 minutes. I can get rid of that Reddit thing there. So once again, I'll shut up and see whoever's got any more questions. Well, Dr. Bill has a lot of fucking comments for very little money. I'll just let you read them. Anybody has anything to say, especially those that have donated, let me know. Zach Bonifer's donated $10.66. So we're only, and I'll round that up to 11. So we are only $19 away from reaching our goal for tonight. And we got 5 minutes to do it. 5 more minutes to make $19. I know, Billy. I've already covered you. I'm not talking about you. You told me, you said last month that you would make a nice donation at the beginning of the month. And you told me you'll do it again next month. I'm not talking about you. I don't know what financial situation Dr. Bill Irwin's on, because he sure gets a lot of shit in for his $3. I'll give him that. Kevin Marr, what's Kevin got? So the cocaine was Bill Clinton's. He was using it on cigar. Who the fuck knows? Oh, come on, man. In this day and age, God knows whose fucking coke it was. They've already ratted out the Republicans. I wish I could think of the guy's name. He got ran out of Congress. He got caught with a gun at an airport, and he ratted out Republicans for having sex and cocaine parties, and they invited him to it. And he, strangely enough, he didn't want to participate in it. Somebody in here might know that. I bet you T-Maker might know who I'm talking about, if T-Maker's still with us. God, I cannot think of his name, but he ratted him out. Cawthorn, yeah, there you go. It's Cawthorn. That's who it was. Cawthorn, the congressman. He didn't rat out any Democrats for having sex orgies and cocaine parties. He ratted out the Republicans, his own party. And said he had been invited to go to several of them. And he went to one, and then he decided not to go anymore. Madison Cawthorn, there you go. Well, thank you, Hans. Hans Hans didn't think enough to get a membership, but Hans did get the answer I needed. So I appreciate that, Hans. And so, yeah, Madison Cawthorn. So he ratted out the Republicans. So for those of you that are experts, you can let me know if less than an ounce of coke cost hundreds, not 100, hundreds of thousands of dollars. I don't think so. So we're here 3 more minutes unless we make another $19. And if we do, I'll hang around a little bit longer. Sunday night. If Hans Mole Man got a membership. That don't even sound like a real name, does it? If Hans Mole Man, if that is your real name, it ain't. If he got a membership, wouldn't that be nice? If he made a donation, wouldn't that be nice? Like I said, we're not asking you to break the bank. $5 or $10, whatever you got, help these people out. We just need $19 more. $19 more. Nobody made any donations in here tonight. Not a one of you. To help these people out. Oh well. I got to pay for my Uber, man. I gotta pay for my deliveries. I do want you to know that Nicole made a large donation once, and it was following up another decent donation. I said, Nicole, I said, you already donated a pretty good sum this week. I said, what made you do that? She said, well, it means I can't order out food the rest of the week. I'll cook at home, save a lot of money. And I wish a lot of us would do that. I cannot bring myself to order out. When I see those delivery fees and then you got to tip the driver, I'm not fond of going to sit down restaurants. I did at Cheddar's the other day, and we're looking to get Cheddar's on as a sponsor as well. And glad you're here tonight. Well, and for those of you that benefit from me being here, I'm glad to be here. I just wish those that enjoy this show, and obviously there's earlier tonight we had over 70 people in here, and a lot of them are over on Twitter. To get out of getting a membership and to get out of donating, they go watch on Twitter. That's why we've strongly considered not even going there anymore. And we may not, but unreal. So all the ways to donate are right there. If you'd like to donate $5 or $10, you can donate to Cash App right there in front of you. Venmo, Kenny-Bolin-1. Kenny Bolin at MSN. That's right. Venmo working strong, baby. We love the Venmo. We love the Venmo, the Cash App. PayPal, a couple of ways to donate there. My personal email address, and also PayPal came up with this address themselves when they were helping me set this up back when Anthony Scaramucci first started associating with us. Food for Filipinos at gmail.com, because it tells you right in the email address what it's for and what we do with the money. I sent a bunch of you a shitload of receipts from World Remit, but do remember that does not include the PayPal receipts. What Bob sends out. Bob sends out quite a bit himself. And, but I sent out what we've done just over the past, I think since April on World Remit, because I haven't been on there real long, and it's a shitload of money. It's a shitload of money. And it's hard to do the PayPal ones that way because you got to go through every transaction I've done on PayPal. And a lot of times when we make a donation to somebody on PayPal, it's not shown there a couple days later. I don't know why. Maybe because it's foreign or something. I don't know. So that's why I take screenshots every donation we make, and I'll send them to either Bob or the people getting the money so they know it's coming. So there is a record of it, whether PayPal keeps it or not. And I don't think they've always done that. It used to be all those PayPal donations were right there to be seen. But then again, all my other transactions are there as well, because I pay the majority of my bills out of my PayPal account. And so there you go. So, well, we're going to take one last look. We have been here 1 hour and 2 minutes. We'll see if anybody else did anything. Maria's watching the show, but she says the connection is a little weak. Hi, Maria, if you're able to see the show. Of course, there's that Facebook option, too. Kieran McDonald is watching live and absolutely positively not donating or apparently getting a membership where he could comment. Hi, Kieran. Could get a membership, you cheap little bitch. All right. Jelly Bean. Okay. Jelly Bean wrote me a sweet letter about Baby Jara playing at the beach. Baby Jara is a sweet little baby, no doubt about that. And it ain't looking like that other $19 came in. It did not. All right. Well, we tried. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Good Chris, especially Good Chris. Largest donation of the night. We appreciate that. Many times he's the largest donation of the night. Thank you, TC from the NC. Thank you. Oh shit. I saw him back here earlier. We got TC. Kevin Marr donated. I think John Paul donated earlier in the week. We appreciate that. And Timmy Lee donated $5 earlier as well. So thanks to everyone who donated. Those of you that didn't, pitiful to be that selfish that you get entertained here. You get great guests all the time, and you can't fork up $5 to help these people. Pitiful. Kitty bad mouses. Well, yeah, that's what I do. All right. Tuesday night, we'll be back. Oh, no, I may not be back here too. Yeah, I'll be back here Tuesday. Thursday, we have the very special show. I think it's Thursday, whatever the 27th is. I think it's Thursday. Thursday, the 27th, we have the young lady from the Philippines. Oh, shit. Let me check the date on that. I got to check the date. I can't remember if I booked her Tuesday or Thursday. Sarah Grace Lee is her name. I've known her for a long time. What day did I book her? Well, I just sent her the damn meme. Let me check with her. There we go. Thursday the 27th, and that is going to be a special 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time start time. 2 p.m. start time. Sarah Grace Lee, look up the meme. It was on my stories. I'll put it back on my stories again on Facebook. Sarah Grace Lee will be making the show either late Monday night sometime. Yeah, probably late Monday night. We'll put the show together and have it ready to go. And she is a Filipino actress and model and dancer. Very good one. Very beautiful young lady. And so we've had Sakia on from Cambodia. And we're going to be having Sarah on from the Philippines. And it seemed like we had somebody else on also from a foreign country recently. Shit, I can't remember. I'm old. But for those of you that haven't seen the meme, look at my stories. I don't think it's loaded in here or I would show you. But a special 11 for her. She's in California. So a 2 p.m. start time, special bowling alley, Thursday, 2 p.m. We're still waiting for that other $19 to come in. We're hoping somebody will have some decency. It ain't looking good. And those shows don't normally do real good donation-wise. They're in the middle of the day. A lot of people working, whatever. But that is the best time that she could do the show. So hopefully you'll check it out. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. And you can donate later. So for those of you that didn't donate, I hope you enjoy your food tonight, your electricity, your water, a lot of the things many of these people don't have or have trouble getting if it wasn't for this show. So until Tuesday night at 9:05 p.m. and then right back here Thursday for the 2 o'clock show with Sarah Grace Lee from the Philippines originally. She's lived here in the United States for quite some time. I've known her, I guess, about 10 years. She did a couple of movies with some cousins of mine, 1 or 2 movies with cousins of mine. That's kind of how we got introduced to each other. And wait till y'all see her and hear her story. She's an amazing girl, very talented girl, very beautiful young lady. And looking forward to having her on to talk about her experiences when she was in the Philippines. I've chatted with her family many times. They're very sweet people. I think her family's not originally, but has lived in New York. And I think she travels back and forth from New York to LA to do movies and modeling projects and stuff like that. So you will get to meet her at a special 2 o'clock show on Thursday, making sure we got that clear that we're going to be on very early. That's even earlier than we do Scaramucci. Scaramucci is normally a 4 o'clock guy. So this is going to be earlier than that. I thought she wanted me to do 11 a.m. on Thursday, but she meant her time. So it'll be early for her. And then until Tuesday night, getting all my time screwed up. Tuesday night, 9:05 p.m. Maybe Hazelwood will be here. Maybe Coltrane will be here. If not, I'm getting real good at doing these by myself. So until then, I did